Hey, hi geniuses, how are you doing today? Today is another amazing day. Today is the this is the seventh. We are having the session by 7 p.m. This is the 7th of April 2023, and I'm so excited to have you here. I was just a second ago. I was just kind of trying to measure what edition of this Genius Timeout, and I discovered this is the fourth time we're having this. And man, I can't just help but be grateful. I can't help but be grateful. It's awesome having you here. Welcome to Genius Timeout again, where we have top voices and great people come with insights into marketing and share with us to make sure that we all grow individually. So if you are joining me this morning, wherever you are joining me from, I would like you to put it in the comments. Tell me your name, tell me where you are joining me from, and tell me where you got invited to this session from. Are you joining from the RUMONEY training? Are you joining from the RUMONEY community? I want you to put it down here and let's engage together. So it's absolutely fun. It's absolutely great. One of the things I'm most excited about, or one of the things I would say about myself right now, is that I'm really grateful. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to everybody who has been a part of this journey. I'm grateful to the progress we've been making, and I'm very, very excited about where we are going to. This is Genius Timeout, and I'm sure that as we keep going on this journey through this very same means, through this very same system, we are going to reach millions, we are going to reach billions of people in Nigeria, in Africa at large, and we are really going to transform Africa through digital marketing. So today we are going to be discussing a very interesting topic, and we are going to be having an amazing guest with us, Mr. Oche Writes. He's going to be sharing with us effective content marketing tips, 7 top tips for effective content marketing. But first and foremost, I would like to meet you. If you are joining us, tell me where you are joining us from. Tell me your location, your name, and let's get to meet each other. Let's engage through this. And we have Openi. Openi is joining us. Okay, Osa. She's joining from the RUMONEY course training. Awesome having you here. And we have Success as well. Success C. Johnson. Very, very, very great having you here. So if you are here, let me know. Let me know in the comments. So today is going to be an amazing conversation. We are having Oche Writes. Oche Writes is a top content marketing. He has been celebrated countless times for his content marketing efforts. He has worked with top brands like Selling Bank, and he's a brand ambassador and a brand content creator to countless brands out there. His very, very unique style of creating content is something that really endeared me to him, and I really look up to him and I learn from him regularly. So he's being here today is really an opportunity. He is also a LinkedIn influencer. It's not just by words, but it's been practicalized. Someone with the results, and that's the very essence of us being here. We want people with results to show us, okay, this is how I've done it, and we'll be able to put that to practice as well. So, guys, I want you to stay tuned to this. I want you to stay tuned. Give your attention to this. Take your note and your pen. I want to show you my pen, and I want to show you my notes. They are all here, and I'm writing down. Okay. So I want you to really give your attention to this, and I want you to be very, very attentive and give your best to this. So as we go into this today, I'm very, very sure you definitely have a great time. So we have Openi joining us from Ogun State. And okay. Other guys. Okay. I'm looking forward to having you join us here as well. Yeah. So we'll be having Sir Oche join us up on stage now. I'm trying to find which of them. Okay. So yeah, first and foremost, let's not forget. Let's have a short moment of prayer together, and let's put this in God's hands. So Jesus, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for making this happen today. Thank you for bringing each and every one of us from our different location here to be able to learn from the table of the experts you brought to our presence today. Lord, we pray that as we go through this session, we pray you teach us and you guide us to this path. We pray that you give us revelational knowledge, and we are able to maximize this knowledge effectively to drive transformation in our world. We thank you, Lord, for all you are doing. We thank you for where you are taking us to. And thank you for RUMONEY and so much more. We praise your name, Lord Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah, so we have Oladen Olawale from Lagos State, and Catherine, who is also joining us this evening. Awesome. So as you are joining us, I want us to make this as conversational as possible. As you are joining us, tell us where you are joining us from. Tell us your name, tell us where you are joining us from, and tell us which platform you got to hear about this from the training, from the community, or wherever it may be. So this should be as conversational as possible. As we are going through this session, I want you to drop your questions here. Every question you have, I would like you to drop it here. You can share your questions, you can share your ideas. And as usual, the very first question I will always ask you before our guest comes up stage, the first question I will always ask you is, what is content marketing to you? The first question is, what is content marketing to you? So I want you to put that down, and as we go through this session, I want you to engage as much as possible. If you have any question, drop it. If anything stands out to you, write it down. So right now, we'll be having Sir Oche join us. Oche Writes, like I said, is an amazing content marketing expert. He has worked with so many organizations across Africa, and he's exceptional for his great work in content marketing. So let's give him a round of applause. Let's be geniuses and let's celebrate an amazing genius joining us on this session this um, evening. And also, while you do that, I would like you to also go out there and tell everybody on the community. Screenshot this session, tell them that you can see my smile, and tell them to come down to this session right now. Like right now. Go to the Telegram community, go to the Slack community, and tell them that the session has started and they shouldn't really miss out on this for any reason. So thank you so much, guys. Awesome, 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 awesome. So we'll be having Sir Oche Writes join us on stage right now, and I want you to give a round of applause as we welcome him up stage. As we welcome him up stage. Oh my God. Okay. So it seems like he left quickly, and he'll be back here soon. So while we wait, why don't you just tell me what your thoughts on content marketing are? Tell me what your thoughts on content marketing. What do you know about content marketing? What do you know about content marketing? So, what is content marketing to you? I think this has been our topic of discussion last week and this week. And I would like you to share your thoughts on what content marketing is to you. Awesome, Kizito. I want to share your thoughts on what content marketing is to you. So, what is content marketing? So, we've spoken countless times on what content is. We've spoken about what information is. So, what is content to you, and what makes good content? What makes content marketing effective? And when do you know you are getting real results from content marketing? So, I'd like you to share that with me right now, as we have Sir Oche join us on stage very soon. Awesome. So, yeah. So, I'm looking forward to your response. And yeah. Uh, somebody's washing hands here. Impressive. Okay. So Sir Oche will be joining us upstage very soon. Okay. In just a moment. But while we wait, why don't you tell me what content marketing is to you? So remember, countless times I've tried to break down what content marketing is. But I'd like to hear from your own perspective. I'd like to hear what you understand by it. And remember, this is always as conversational as it is. The definition is genius timeout. You are all geniuses, and this is a timeout. This is the time where we come to engage, where we come to share our thoughts, and where we really come to interact and share those big ideas we have. So make it as engaging as possible. Let me hear from you, and don't leave this just to me alone, okay? Yeah. So we are all hosting this session together. We are co-hosts, and I'd like to see you share amazing stuff with me. Awesome. So Sir Oche will be joining us off stage right now, and I'd like you to give a very, very, very okay. I'd like you to give attention to this. So, Mr. Oche, good afternoon, good evening, sir.
Hello, Prosperity. Very good evening to you. How are you today?
It's so awesome to be here.
Same here. I'm excited to be here as well. For some reasons, I mean it's Good Friday, but I think on my own end I was caught up with work somehow, right? But I'm glad that that didn't stop me from taking out time to be here tonight.
Awesome, awesome,
Alright, so just let
awesome.
me know though. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you very clearly. We can hear you very clearly.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So we're looking forward to learning from you this evening, and we are very excited to have you here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here as well, and I can't wait for us to have a good time tonight.
Awesome, awesome.
All right, guys. So I guess it's my time, and I'll just dive right into it so that we don't, waste too much time. I know it's Good Friday. It's a public holiday, and yeah, I'm sure that a lot of us are just trying to, as much as possible, to rest and just reflect. Obviously, the whole reason for the season or the celebration at the moment calls for us to just take our time to reflect and all of that. So I'm guessing that we're all somehow finding time to do that, right? But thank you again, Prosperity. I love what you're doing. I love how you're leading this community and just serving as a voice for all Gen Zs, fostering community, leading conversations. That's really, really amazing. So I must definitely commend the good work that you're doing. All right. So again, thank you everyone for joining in. I will make sure that we thank you, Penny. It's an honor to also have to be here with you as well. All right. So we'll be talking content marketing, and I think that what I want to do quickly is just to give us like a much more broader perspective as to what content marketing really entails. If you've been following me on social media, particularly on LinkedIn, I think for the past 2 years or so, 2 years and counting, one of the messages I've been very consistent about, or that I've been hammering or preaching about almost every other day, is content marketing. I remember a friend told me that, look, I go to bed, I go to sleep at night, and I'm really dreaming about content marketing because of you, right? So I've been doing this, I've been trying to preach the whole gospel of content marketing for a while now. So it's not news if you're already connected with me on social media or you've been consuming the content that I put out there. But what I want to do for us or with us quickly is to just give us a bit more context, right? So sometimes when I get the opportunity to speak at this kinds of sessions, I try as much as possible to, I mean, content marketing is really it's so broad, it's very wide. But what I try to do is pinpoint the major things, the key takeaways, that can help everyone moving forward. Hello, Kisito. I remember you. How you doing? Hope you're keeping good. All right. So, content marketing. If you've been trying to position yourself online, if you've been trying to build an online presence or brand online generally, you must have come across the word content marketing. You must have heard about it. Someone must have told you about it. Or you must have been trying to even practice it yourself. So it's no longer a new thing. It's almost a buzzword today, right? It's almost a buzzword. But I think that a lot of people sort of get the whole idea behind content marketing wrong, right, to an extent. So what that means is most people think, oh, I'm engaging in content marketing. Meanwhile, they are not necessarily doing so. Right? So a lot of times people will just be caught up in creating content. There's a difference between just creating content and actually engaging in content marketing as a skill or as a strategy, right? And that's what I want to quickly highlight for us. So back in the days before the internet came into power, so the way we used to communicate, the way businesses or brands, now if I say brands, I'm not just talking about a business or you must be selling a physical or tangible product, right? I think that even as you are trying to just build your personal brand, that it means you're also a brand. So it doesn't have to be that you are a Coca-Cola, you are a Pepsi, an Airtel, an MTN, or all of those big companies, right? As long as you're trying to create some kind of perception for yourself, you're a brand. Right. So if you hear me talk about brand, I'm also talking about you. So back in the days, the way brands or businesses used to communicate and market was very different compared to how it works now, right? So remember that if you wanted to buy something, some people will just randomly come to your door, knock on your door. Hello, we have this particular product for sale. Buy from us, right? A lot of us, I think that's how we bought things back in the days, and that worked. That worked for the most of the time. So the way we used to call that kind of marketing then is push marketing. Push marketing, right? Push marketing. So what push marketing simply means is it's a kind of marketing or advertising that is simply aimed at pushing your product and services to different people, right? So, but this kind of marketing had a major limitation. It had a major default problem. And this problem was that this kind of marketing wasn't exactly strategic. it didn't build relationships, and it didn't create a room for people to repeatedly buy from you. So imagine I just came to knock on your door. Hi, buy my white canvas, right? And maybe you don't necessarily need canvas. You're not a canvas guy. You probably wear corporate shoes and flats and Crocs more than sneakers, right? You would probably not know what I sell. So even if I come next time to knock on your door, you look through the window and you wouldn't want to open the door for me because you don't even know what I sell in the first place. But that kind of marketing was me pushing my products or services to you without necessarily getting your permission, right? So again, that's how a lot of us would buy stuff back then. Because if you knock on my door, and because I don't want you to look like a bad human being or a bad person, I'll probably just buy what you're offering me. But there's a very high probability or possibility that if you come to knock again in 2 weeks' time or in a month's time, and I look through my window to see that you're the same person, I might not open the door for you, right? So that kind of marketing wasn't very effective because first of all, it wasn't strategic, and more importantly, it didn't build relationships with the customer or the people who bought the product or services. All right. So that's what we used to call it back then, push marketing. Then the internet came and changed everything. The internet came and changed everything. So today, because of social media platforms like whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platforms we are actively on, it has become different compared to the way we used to consume, the way we used to communicate, and the way we used to take certain kinds of actions back in the days. So the internet has influenced all of our actions, right? I think for me, one of the major turning points and what helped to really shine the light on the power of the internet was the COVID-19 or the lockdown, when we all had to go back to our rooms or our houses and communicate with one another through the internet. Now that was when everybody saw that, oh my goodness, this internet is one of the greatest thing. And I think that also set the tone for how a lot of people became popular. Personal brands blew up, and all of the content creators started to gain more recognition and all of those sorts of things, right? So the internet really influenced everything for us. And because it influenced the way people think about stuff, products, services, and all of that, it also influenced the way we market, the way we have to market our product or services today. So now, the customer before, back in the days, the business owner or the brand had all the power. They had all the information necessary. So they're the ones that will tell you are the best in the world, and you have to believe them because there was not so much information for them to find out more about you. But the internet came, and then all of this information is everywhere online. You can go online, type what are the top 5 real estate companies in Nigeria, and it will bring these top 5 companies. Guess what? It will also bring information about these companies, tell you more about them, all of the things and nuances that you need to particularly understand about these companies. If you want to know how to lose weight, you can go online. How can I type on Google, how can I lose weight, right? And it will give you processes, it will give you steps, it will give you strategies that you can use or implement if you want to lose weight. So the internet became that platform that shifted power from the business owner or brands to the customer. So that means now the customer has all the power. Why? Because they have the information required to help them make a buying decision. That's why if a new restaurant or a new gym opens up on your street, before you even go in, you probably go onto their Instagram page to check them out, right? So you're doing that so that you can get more information before you decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to go into this restaurant to buy from them, or I'm going to register at this gym. So because of all what the internet did, providing information, that included how it switched or changed the way we have to communicate, or we have to market today. So today, the way we now market is what we popularly call pull marketing. So again, I said back in the days, it was what? Push marketing. Today, it's pull marketing. So I think that if you see it from this perspective, it gets to help you understand how to then position or communicate better online. All right. So pull marketing is simply to have the type of marketing that allows your exact target audience or customer to make a purchase from you without trying to force them. That's why I love pull marketing. Push marketing, you were forcing yourself, come and buy now because you're knocking on my door. You don't even know if I need your stuff, right? But pull marketing, I'm not necessarily forcing my product on you. I'm instead attracting you towards me, right? I'm positioning myself for you to then see me as a better option to buy from. So this kind of marketing is what you can also call attraction marketing. And in today's world, the perfect example of this kind of marketing is content marketing. Now, just to take it back a bit, the the reason pull marketing was more effective was just because it did what push marketing couldn't. Don't forget, we said push marketing couldn't do what? Push marketing wasn't strategic and it didn't build relationships, nor did it create repeat buyers, for your brand. But pull marketing does the opposite. It's more strategic because now you're positioning yourself and saying, you know what, I'm going to attract these people. I'm not going to force myself on them. I'm just going to attract them towards me. And it also builds relationships. So because of the way you're able to create content over a period of time, people begin to, oh, I love what you're doing. I want to be a part of your community. I want to buy from you at some point. So you're building actual relationships. And of course, you're creating repeat buyers. Now, when I say buyers, I'm not just talking about people who pull out money from their pockets or bags to buy from you. I'm also referring to people who join your community, because if you share my post, you've bought something from me. How? You've bought into my idea, right? So that is also a buying action. It's not just when there's an exchange of actual cash or transfer, as the case might be. So one of the best or most effective examples of pull marketing today is content marketing, and that's what I want to quickly shine the light on so that we can get a better perspective as to what content marketing really is. Right, okay, so I think let me check. So I read I saw a comments. So someone said something. Let me try to see. Okay, Catherine Igwe said, I think Prosperity asked the question saying, what do you think content marketing is? So Catherine said to me, content marketing means, so can you let me know if you can still hear me? So I don't know, I'm sure that the network hasn't cut me out, right? Just give me an emoji or something if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Just let me know, give me an emoji or something if you can hear me so that I can proceed. And I'm sure that you guys the network hasn't disconnected me. Okay, perfect. So someone said, Catherine mentioned that to her, right, content marketing means strategically using content / information to attract your target audience and eventually convert them into repeated buyers or clients. And I love that definition, because I think it's part of the things we're going to be discussing in a few more minutes, right? So kudos, Catherine. I love your definition of what content marketing is. So in my own words, what exactly is content marketing? What is this thing that we've always been talking about and referring to as content marketing that almost everybody is saying you should do it today? What exactly is content marketing? Now, to help us understand content marketing, I like to make it, how, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you know how I like to use break things down as much as possible so that we can all understand, better. So to help us understand what content marketing really is, let's separate the words into two parts, right? It's two words that is pronounced as one. Content marketing. So it means that there's content on one hand and there's marketing on the other hand, right? Content on one hand and marketing on the other hand. So what exactly is content? Now, content is everything that you see on the internet. Everything that you see online is content. Whether it's in form of pictures, whether it's in form of written word, that's just text, whether it's in form of audio, for example, things like podcasts, whether it's in form of video content, whether it's in form of images, whether it's in form of listicles or infographics, right? So everything that you see online. So when you pick up your phone and you go on social media, you open LinkedIn, for example, you open Instagram, you open TikTok, you open WhatsApp, every single thing you're seeing is content, right? Now, on the other hand, what is marketing? Marketing is not, hi, come and buy my product or services. Hi, we're the best in the world. Choose us. Hi, I'm a graphic designer. I can give you the best graphic designs in the world. No, that's not what marketing is, right? Marketing is a process of creating and distributing value. So when you're marketing, the key takeaway there is that you're providing some kind of value for a set target audience, of course, right? So now that we know the difference, right? Content is everything you see online. Marketing is what? The process of creating and distributing value. So let's bring the two the individual words together and make it one, and then call it what we now say content marketing. So it means that in a layman's word, based on what we just talked about now, content marketing is everything you see on the internet, aka written words, audio, video, or images that creates and provides value. Right. So if you look at it from this perspective, it begins to help you understand better how to then use content or engage in content marketing as a strategy for your brand. So when you look at it this way, again, when you start to create, yeah, you keep it at the back of your mind that, oh, these are the kinds of things I should create. This I should be very, very cognizant about the fact that I have to be creating these kinds of content, but it has to be providing some kind of value for the people I'm trying to communicate with. Okay. Now let's structure our definition more so that we can now use get it together and understand it better. So content marketing is simply a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing relevant, valuable, and consistent content to a target audience so that most people stop at that target audience, but there's a continuation so that you may gain a profitable customer action. This last line, without this last line, you're not doing content marketing. Because at the end of the day, content marketing should be helping you get a profitable action for your business or for your personal brand. That profitable action can be buying from you, it can be subscribing to your services. It can also be liking your posts, sharing them, talking to people about you. Oh, have you heard about Prosperity? He's amazing. He has this particular thing he does online where he talks about this so and so, right? Check him out. That's a profitable customer action for me, because if I'm going to tell people about Prosperity, someone might need Prosperity in the future, and then because I've told them already about Prosperity, they would want to reach out to Prosperity to either work with him, hire him, or whatever the case might be, collaborate with him as well, right? So there has to be that profitable customer action. That's what really makes content marketing very, very strategic and effective, because it's not just about, oh, I'm posting. No, there has to be that profitable action. So that's why when people tell me things like, oh, I've been posting online for the past so and so number of weeks or months, but I'm not getting, and I check out the content and I realize that, oh, well, they've got caught up in the web of just trying to create content, just trying to share pictures, videos, text, or audio, but they're not exactly engaging the marketing part of the word content marketing, which now involves creating and distributing value, right? So again, just quickly to run it through before we talk about the strategy, the 7 tips, right? Content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing, excuse me, relevant, valuable, and consistent content to your target audience. So you're not creating when you really want to get results with your content marketing, you're not creating for everyone. You're not speaking to everybody. Not everybody is your customer. Not everybody is your audience. You have a target audience. Why? So that you can be able to provide the best solution to them. If you say you can do everything in the world and you can speak to everybody, there's no way you can be possibly good at everything and speak to everybody at once. But if you pick a particular set of people and then you go all in, you're all for them, right? It becomes easier for them to trust you more. That's number one. And then more importantly, it becomes better for you because you have focus, you can provide much more value for that target audience compared to when you were trying to speak to every single person at once, right? So I hope that you guys are getting me though. So content marketing is what? The things we need to underline here, the things in bold fonts, is what? It's about creating and distributing relevance, one, valuable to, and consistent. So you see why I always talk about consistency, right? And consistent content to what? Your target audience. So that they can do what? So that you can do what? Gain a profitable customer action. All right. So I think that if we look at it from this perspective again, it gives us more context to how to then create the kinds of content that would help us get profitable customer actions, aka get results from what we're sharing or posting. Yes, yes. Dominion said, as a content marketer, I have a target audience. Oh, definitely. You have a you have a target market or a target audience, right? Kizito said, everybody's not your target audience. Absolutely, not everyone is your target audience. Not everyone is your target audience. That's one of the things you have to underline when you're trying to create. Okay, so I'm moving on quickly because we have little time, and I want to show us some things that will really help us. So this means that creating content is not the same as content marketing. So once you say, I'm doing 50 days challenge and I'm just creating content for 50 days, it's good because one of the things I love about these challenges is that it trains your muscle to create. It also helps you to try to be consistent, right? But if you consistently do the wrong thing, you would consistently get the wrong results, right? So you want to make sure that you are being more strategic. So it's not just, oh, I made a post today. Oh, I'm going to share a picture. Or I'm going to write this. Or I'm going to write how I fell from a chair yesterday. Or I'm going to make a video of how this and that or this and that. Don't forget, if you're doing all of these things, that's just creating content. But content marketing helps you get results because it is focused for a target audience. One, is relevant to that target audience, and then of course it helps you to get a profitable action. So this means that a lot of content that we see online is intended to market a brand, but that doesn't mean that the brand does content marketing. So if I come online to post, maybe my intention is to market myself, but it doesn't mean that because I've posted, I'm engaging in content marketing, right? So that's why we want to talk about these things in a bit. So how can you tell if you're doing content marketing right? How can you tell if you're doing content marketing right? First thing first, like we just talked about, you put your audience first. You have to put your audience first. That's why, again, you're able to get results with your content marketing. Put your audience first. Second thing you want to notice, it links back to a business goal, business or brand goal. So if you're a personal brand, if you don't have a business and you have a skill, maybe you're a copywriter, you have a skill, you're a web designer, fine. That's a business too, or at least you're a brand. So it means that if your goal for your brand, for your personal brand is, okay, I want people to know about me. I want to create awareness. I want people to know that Kizito is an amazing creator of content regarding design, web design. That's trying to create awareness about your service or about your brand, right? It means that the kinds of content you are creating should link back to that goal. That goal in this case is to help you get awareness. So if you're creating content, your content should somehow help you to achieve that goal. So that's why if you want to know if you're doing your content marketing right, then you should link back to a business or a brand goal. Now, and then thirdly, it has to attract your target audience. Now, the way you attract your target audience is if you are putting them first. So that's why everything here is linked. If you're putting them first, that's how you can attract your target audience. If you want to get people to, let's say for example, you sell hats or you sell caps, right? You sell caps and you want to get people to buy your caps. What do? You will go to where people that like caps hang out. Then you will start to talk about caps so much that they will begin to listen to you. Now, what have you done? You've attracted to them because you're talking about caps so much. They begin to listen to you. Then they get to the point where they now say, oh, I want to get a cap. Then you now say, oh, I offer a cap or I sell a cap. Then they turn to you and buy from you. So for you to be able to say that you're doing content marketing right, you must be attracting your target audience. So if you're not attracting your target audience, check your content again and be sure that you're not just creating content, but instead you're engaging in content marketing. So when it comes to content marketing, your goal is to help your target audience improve their quality of life and establish yourself as a thought leader, someone they can trust to guide them through the challenges that they are facing as it relates to your services. So if you're a writer, if you're a, let's say you're a writer, or let's say that you are a virtual assistant, your goal is to help the people that you want, or to help the people that you have called your target audience and improve their quality of life. Now, when you are helping me and you're improving my quality of life consistently with your content, I'll start seeing you as the thought leader. I'll start thinking about you as, oh my God, I think if someone mentions, oh, I need a virtual assistant, I'll be able to say, oh, have you heard about Bukumi? Bukumi is a virtual assistant too. She really shares great stuff. I think you should check her out. So people begin to see you as a thought leader if you're constantly helping them improve their lives. And then when they now see you as that person, they can trust you to guide them through the challenge. So when they have a challenge of virtual assistants, they are coming to you first. And then that's how you can get them as potential customers and even convert them to buyers. So the reason why I don't struggle to get clients for whatever it is I'm doing, for all my services, for my content marketing, training, or whatever it is that I do, regarding content marketing, is because I have focused on improving the quality of life of my target audience, or to potential customers. That way, they now see me as a thought leader in the content marketing space. So then it becomes easier for them to trust me as well, and then they want to now work with me. They want to hire me. They want to choose me to be the one to train their staff or their marketing team. All the organizations and companies that I work with as a content marketing trainer. All of them, when I talk to them at the end, they'll say, "Oh, it's because I love the way you are sharing valuable content. Your content has helped me in one way or the other, and I thought you should come, train our team or our staff." So all of this is what helps you get results. It starts with what you've been able to provide value that improves the quality of the target audience's life, and then you establish yourself as a thought leader, which then links back to the trust, where to a point where they can trust you, and then obviously want to be a part of a community, choose you, and all of that. So why content marketing in the first place? Now we know what is content marketing. We know the what of content marketing. So why content marketing? Why should we be so serious about content marketing? Why do I talk about it almost every other day? I'll show you in a bit, right? But before I do, let me quickly tell you a story. So two people went for a particular interview. Let's say a particular HR expert or thought leader put out a vacancy for two people. They needed a job. They needed people to apply for, what is it called now? Website development, right? So on the day of the interview, they got these two people. They came in for interview. The two of them entered together, right? Sat and the HR interviewed them. Now, first person was James, and second person was Kelvin, right? So James was an amazing website developer. Kelvin was also good, but in all honesty, Kelvin was not as amazing as James. James was amazing. He could do it in a second. I mean, not literally, but what I meant is he was so good at it. Kelvin was good. He could do the work as well. But based on, if you wanted to compare the both of them, James was way better than Kelvin. Now, on James' CV, he had all the, graduated with first class honors and all of that, those things. Meanwhile, on Kelvin's, he didn't exactly graduate with first class. It was good to go, of course, right? But guess what? When they had the interview, guess who got the job? It was Kelvin, not James. And you'll probably be asking why. It's because James, the HR person who was interviewing them, had already known Kelvin before he walked into that interview, in the sense that she had been seeing Kelvin's content. Kelvin has been posting amazing, valuable content about website design, how website design can help you as a company, what you can get from it, how the strategies you can take or use so you can get a better website, the tactics involved. So she had been seeing Kelvin's content over a long period of time. Meanwhile, James had no internet presence. She had not seen James' content, nothing. I don't think that he had a LinkedIn presence as well. So when it was time to give the job to one person, the HR gave it to Kelvin. Not because Kelvin was more skilled than James, but because she had already come to know and trust Kelvin. Everybody said Kelvin get connect. Yes, Kelvin don't already build connects, right? He has already built the connect. How? He had already gained the attention and trust of the HR person. So by the time he came for the interview, the HR already knew that, oh, Kelvin is good at this, he can do this. But she didn't necessarily know that about James. He only had it on paper that he was good. Meanwhile, Kelvin had shown that he was good. Whereas James only told that he was good. Don't forget that thing I always say, show and tell, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you would always get more opportunities over another person because you are known, you've built attention, and then you've gained the trust. So the HR person already trusted Kelvin to do the job better than James. Not because Kelvin could actually do the job better than James, so simply because she knew Kelvin to already be doing that. She knew Kelvin as someone who already does website development professionally. So which brings us to why you should engage in content marketing. So the greatest asset for every business or brand is what? Attention and trust. It's attention and trust that will lead to action, right? So Kelvin had attention and he had already earned the trust of the HR person, whereas James did not. And that's why Kelvin got the job over James. So content marketing helps you get these two greatest assets that we're all looking for. Every single person online, we're not looking for too much. There's only two things we're looking for: attention and trust. Every other thing can come from it. Clients will choose you if they trust you. Clients will refer you if they trust you. Clients will hire you if they trust you. They will come back if they trust you. So this is one of the things that content marketing does for you. You get the attention of your target audience, and then because of your consistency in sharing valuable and solving their problems, you earn their trust. And once you earn trust me, you can go and sleep, right? Because it is attention and trust that gives birth to action. And that's why content marketing is very powerful and very effective. So quickly, I'll give you 7 tips and then we'll be done, right? Maybe I guess there's probably a room for 1 or 2 questions because we're almost time up. So quickly, just to run through 7 tips that you want to know to help you with your content marketing journey. First thing, create relevant content for your audience. Relevance is your greatest pillar when it comes to content marketing. Relevance, not what is relevant to you, what is relevant to your audience. Because a lot of people think that, oh, let me tell people that I just got a black dress today and so it's going to be relevant. Maybe your audience doesn't really care about that. What they want to know is how they can probably get a black dress at a store for cheaper than they would if they go to another particular store, and how they can style that black dress, where they can wear that black dress to. Now your black dress story becomes more interesting to your audience. Not just rather than when you told them, I just got a black dress. But if you show them how they can style a black dress, how they can wear it to, and all of those things, you've provided trust, you provided that value for them. So make sure that the first tip you want to do is create content that is relevant to your audience and not focused on your brand or on you as a person or as a business. Second thing you want to be very, very cognizant about is creating interesting content. Interesting content. What does that mean? There's a pillar in marketing, right? Or maybe we call it the pyramid. The pyramid in marketing, the popular pyramid, that one that has attention, the attention, interest, desire, and action, right? So somewhere around there, there's interest. It means that people have to be interested in what you're providing before they can move to action. Now, the way you create that interest is by speaking in the language that they can understand. So that's why for me, I like to create content in the simplest form, because I know that people who are consuming my content are not targeting fellow content marketing experts. Those are not my target audience. I'm targeting people that want to learn how to use content marketing for their brands or for their businesses or whatever it is you're trying to build online. Now, these people might not know so much about content marketing. So I cannot come and be speaking plenty grammar around content marketing and be using all those professional words here and there. So what I always would do is break it down, to the simplest format so that they can understand it. And it's also why I like to use a lot of storytelling, right? Because it helps me to then, you know, get them to understand what I'm talking about and find it interesting. So first of all, I said what? Create content that is relevant to your audience. Second thing is you want to create interesting content. Another thing, third tip is you want to create timely content. What does that mean? It means that you want to show up for your audience when they need it. This is where consistency comes into play. So that's why you can't afford to post today and disappear for 2 months and post after 2 months and then think that you're going to get your audience to pay attention to you or trust you. They're not. Because there's a very popular saying in marketing that's out of sight is out of mind. It's not just in marketing, it's actually a popular saying in life. Out of sight is out of mind. Right? So the more I see you, the more I would want to trust you. The more I want to pay attention to you. So it means that you have to show up, be timely enough with the way you create. And that's why I love to be consistent with what I do when it comes to content marketing. So that's one of the third things you want to do, right? First thing I said is create relevant content, create interesting content, create content, and then you also want to create entertaining content. Now, entertaining content simply means being human. And when I say entertaining, I'm not saying you should be comedian. I'm simply saying being human. What that means is when you communicate, let people know that you're a human on the other side. So that's why for me, I like to even share other forms, other aspects of my experience. So you see me talk about things like, oh, I love Fridays are my favorite days. I love chicken suya, and yada yada, and all those sorts of things, right? It's me. It's my own way of being human, and that has helped me to really build connection with my audience or my target audience or community, as the case might be. All right. So what did I say? First, create relevant content, create interesting content, create timely content, create entertaining content. And then fifth thing is you have to create content that is findable. Findable, right? How do you create content that is findable? By being on the platforms that your target audience are active on. For me, when I wanted to reach professionals, I wasn't on LinkedIn till 2020, or I wasn't actively on LinkedIn till 2020 because I think I had an account before 2020, but I didn't really use it, right? So it was 2020, just slightly after the lockdown had been lifted, that I got on LinkedIn, but I became active on LinkedIn. And the reason I chose LinkedIn was, aside from, of course, what LinkedIn as a platform offers, is also because this is where I wanted to target professionals. I wanted to target CEOs, people that own companies, B2B, business to business, and this is where they spend more time on LinkedIn. So I started hanging out where my target audience hangs out, which is LinkedIn, right? So you also want to make sure that your content is findable. And by findable, I mean being able to create content on the platforms your audience is active on. If you're targeting, if you want to target like a certain level kinds of Gen Zs that sort of want to enjoy a much more entertaining kind of content, you probably think of TikTok. So that's why we have people that are also influencers on TikTok. So just find out, do your research, find out which platform your target audience is hanging out on, and then you would also be able to position yourself on these platforms. Findable, right? Another thing is let your content be readable. That's another tip. Now, a lot of people get caught up in trying to sound professional or a certain way so that people can say, oh, you are good. But the truth is, if I read your content and I can't understand what you're saying, you're going to lose me at hello. So that's why you want to make sure that your content is readable. Now, even when you're making videos or you're making audios, it has to still be readable. Why do I say readable? Because everything you create, whether it's video or text, video or audio, not just text, right? There's a script. You probably write a script. Even if you don't write it on the paper, it's structured in your head. So it's still words that you're uttering. So it has to be readable through people's ears. It has to be readable through people's eyes when it's a video. So all of these things count, right? And of course, one of the ways you can make your content very readable on a platform like LinkedIn is by making sure that you're writing in a very structured manner. Which, if we had more time, we probably have talked about that, but we don't, right? Time is almost up. So, what did I say? First of all, let me start from the beginning again, just running through. I said that let your content be what relevant to your target audience. One. Second, I said let your content be interesting to your target audience. Um, Third, I said let your content be timely. That's you want to show up when your audience needs it, and that's where consistency comes into play. And I said let your content be entertaining. What that means is you want to be human in the way that you communicate. Fifth, I said let your content be what findable. So be on the platform your target audience hangs out on. Um, Let your content also be what readable. That means that if you're creating, make sure that you are not just jam packing your words, right? Structure your content in a way that people can easily skim through. Don't forget that the way people don't have too much time to spend, so they want to skim through your content. That's why if you're writing a wall of text, everything is just jam packed. I would probably, even if you're saying the most valuable thing in the world, I would scroll past it because it's not easily readable, right? And then finally, your content marketing will work if you are going to give people, your audience, a call to action. So, for example, people would say, write a story. I want to write a story about myself. But if I'm going to read your story, it's because I want to learn something from it. I want to pick something from it. So don't just tell me, oh, you just got 5,000 clients in a day. Show me how you did it. And then more importantly, give me a call to action. Tell me what to do so that I can possibly even get that. Now that's how I would find you more valuable. That's how I would trust you more. Okay, so your content must always have that call to action. What do you want people to do when they consume your content? Because don't assume that if you take a horse to the stream to drink water, that it knows it will drink water. No, you can tell it to drink water, and that's what a call to action helps you to do when you're creating content for your audience. All right. So I hope that yes, please, RUMONEY very well. Do not write boring episodes. We don't need all of that. There's already so much happening in our lives outside of the internet, right? So we don't need all those boring episodes. There's so much of that going on LinkedIn, right? Someone sent me a couple of things the other day. I was literally like, we started to laugh because like you don't have to do all of that. But I get that some people are just trying to go viral and all that stuff. But there's no need for that. Just be chill, okay? Take it one day at a time, take it one step at a time, be very strategic, and these things will pay off over time. I didn't have to do all of those things to build what I built, the community I built today, and many more. Yes, Kizito says speaking a language your target audience will understand. That's exactly what you should do, right? Again, all of these things are just tips that you can implement and then help you to maintain a content marketing strategy that will do what? Help you to gain a profitable customer action. Because that's the whole essence of what you're doing. Don't just get up, I want to create content. No. How is it going to be tied to a goal that you have for your brand? Because guess what? Every content you create online, everything you do and don't do is making your brand, or it's going to mar it. So you have to be very intentional. Don't create random acts of content. Don't post because everybody has posted today. Don't post because you want to do 90 days challenge. Post strategically. So that's why when people say, should I post every day? Is that what consistency is? I'll tell them no. It's not posting every day. It's being strategic about, even if you're going to do twice in a week, as long as you're doing it strategically, consistently, and you're strategic about it, you will get results, right? Don't feel pressured that because everybody's now posting on LinkedIn, so me too, I'll be posting, and then you get caught up posting what doesn't really bring results for you. Okay, so yes, keep it short and simple. Use the KISS formula. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So yes, thank you very much. I hope that with the people to get some sort of value. Not everyday rubbish, quality matters. Quality definitely matters. It's not about content marketing. Content marketing is not about quantity, right? It's about quality. And our time is almost up, so I think that I'll give room for Prosperity to take over. And I don't know if we're going to take one or two questions before we leave. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks so much. It's been so amazing. So let me just change the feed. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, sir. It's been so awesome listening to you, and I think this has been very exposing. And there are a lot of questions. Hi guys. So guys, it's time to start shooting your questions. Start sending in your questions. Start sending in your questions. But first and foremost, Saucha, I'd like to say a big thank you to you. Thank you for making your time out. Thank you for joining us on this session. We are absolutely grateful to have you here, and it has been so exciting so far. Well, I think one of the things that really stood out for me the most is the fact that for effective content marketing, there must be that part of a profitable action. Because I think this is where most people overlook it. We are just carried away with us putting content out again and again. We are like, oh, let's just put it out, but there's no specific goal. There's no exact place we are going towards. So it just gets it all scattered. So and I would shoot like three questions in one. And I hope that by the time we are done with that question, the other guys here will be able to give that question. So guys, shoot your questions in right now. So my question is going to be like, the first thing is, how do we drive at a profitable? How do we know exactly where we are supposed to go? Is it something that we just choose that, okay, this is my goal, this is what I just want to achieve, and we just walk by it? Because this is in two ways. The first one is that we are training ourselves to be digital marketers that work with organizations. And we are also building personal brands of our own. So, and though when it comes to working with businesses, so many times, so many of them don't have any goal. They'll just be like, oh, just help me post, just help me post. So how do we kind of get that profitable goal, that specific goal that we know our content marketing is focused on, and we are attracting people just to take them to that goal and our eyes are on it. And the other one is, how exactly do we know our audience? Because this is the problem. I keep on discussing this with people again and again. Um, we kind of many people just like, oh, everybody, actually we believe everybody. For instance, now if I'm talking about personal development, what is personal development? Everybody should be interested in developing their personal self. So everybody is my audience, you know, right? And it's a big problem not knowing our target audience, because we just keep waiting for people with different tastes, with different expectations, and it's like a very big problem. So how do we know our target audience? And when we now know our target audience and we know our goal, how do we be as consistent as possible? Because I know it's quality that matters most. It's quality that matters most. But if you are now able to combine quality with quantity, you will definitely get amazing results. For instance, guy who posts, at least it was when I checked the time, and I see like three posts per day, I was so shocked. But he said it's that we should show up as many times as possible, because it's like we getting market share, we getting more of the market share, getting more attention, like you said, because I've always told you before, like attention and trust are like the currency of business, of successful marketing. So it's like if we show up more, that's definitely going to get us a whole lot more of attention. And if we are not able to combine that with quality, it's going to get us sure. And at the end of the day, it's going to lead us to that action. So now when we know our goal, how we found our target audience, how do we be as consistent as possible? So that's my question, sir.
Okay, quick questions. Perspective. So quickly, I'll just run through them. So first question I would want to answer is, how do you know your goal? Of course, I think one of the, for me as well, things that I also would do, when a lot of people would probably reach out to me, whether it's regarding trainings, whether it's one-on-one trainings or group trainings, with my clients and all. One of the things we'll address is the goal idea, because a lot of people don't exactly know, okay, what goals should I have, right? So what we do is we give them like we give them a walk back. So we take them back instead of walking them forward. We walk them backwards, and that includes asking them questions like, what exactly do you want to, for example, let's say you want to be on LinkedIn, right? And you want to do something, you want to build something great on LinkedIn. But even though you want to be on LinkedIn, there's an actual goal that you have, that you want to be on
Okay.
LinkedIn. So what exactly is that result that you desire to have? So when you know your result, or when you know your intention, it becomes easier for you to now be clear with your goal. For example, if you want to lose weight, right? Your goal is to lose weight. Your losing weight is tied to something. For some people, they are losing weight because they want to be able to wear clothes that fits them perfectly, so that they can go to their office looking confident in those clothes, and their colleagues can say, "Oh my goodness, you have an amazing figure. You have an amazing." For them, that's what they want. For some others, they want to lose weight because of a fear that they have. Maybe they sort of like knew someone that died of obesity back in the days, so they have that
Yeah.
trauma, they have that PTSD. So that's why they want to lose weight, so they don't experience that kind of death, right? So another set of people might want to lose weight because they just want to maintain good health. So everybody has that underlying goal, underlying intention as to why they want to do a particular thing. Once you're able to help, most people don't really want to buy particular thing because of that particular thing. They want something that thing helps them achieve. So that when it becomes easier for you to know that thing, then you can tie a goal. So if you want to be on LinkedIn, so that I can get clients, but so that they can experience financial freedom from the time that they get. So now that goal, your top goal is to get financial freedom through getting clients, and then LinkedIn only serves as a bridge for you, right? So the first thing you want to do is for you to be able to help you identify your own goal, whether it's for your business or for your personal brand. What results are you looking to achieve? Now, second question is that you asked, how do we?
Yes.
Okay, yes. How do you know your audience? Now, that question still boils. You have to do a work back to what are you bringing to the table? What is that thing that you are trying to offer? Because you don't just guess your target audience. You don't just wake up and decide, okay, I want my target audience to be white people in America. No. Your target audience has to be based on what you're bringing to the table. For example, if you're selling Panadol, your target audience is people who have headache or have a certain kind of pain. You can't be selling Panadol to the person that is coughing. You can't say, I want people that are coughing, so let me just go. No. Your target audience is based on what you're bringing to the table. So if it's for your skill as a personal brand, if your skill is graphic design, your target audience is a particular set of people that your graphic design skills can help. Even in graphic design, you can still niche down your target audience. For example, you can say, okay, you know what, I want to help. I want to do graphic design for tech brands only, or for tech startups, or you want to do graphic design for just for brands that are working in the food industry. Right. So, what exactly is it what is that thing that you're bringing to say? What is your skill? What is your product, aka your product, right, or service? That's how you use your product or service to find your audience. All right. Now, another way you can also do is another way you can follow is you can find your target audience and then provide a product for them. What that means is you can find a need and then provide something that solves that need. So you can go for an existing audience and then create something that provides that particular need, solves or attends to that particular need. Then you also talked about consistency. How can you be consistent? Now, I think people see consistency as one big bad wolf, right? It's not. Consistency is one of the easiest things for me. Do you know why? Because my perspective of consistency is not frequency. It's not the number of times you do something. It's not how many number of times you do a particular thing. It's persistent. It's how you show up. So it means that your consistency can be if you're doing something once every week, right? And you're consistent in that once every week. Someone else is doing it every day. They do it every day for 5 days or for 2 weeks, and they stop and disappear. So the one that has been able to do it one time every week for the next 5 months will get more results. So consistency is not frequency. That's why I just feel for people who think that it's about, I should post 5 times in a particular day. If you can do that, like you mentioned, if you can combine quality with quantity with quality, fine. But that's not what consistency is. It's picking something that you can stick with, and then providing value or showing up at that particular time almost every other day. One of the reasons why my posts will also do is I have trained people to know that my content is coming out by 7 a.m. I literally will wake up on this and say, Oche, you've not posted this morning, how far now? You get 7 a.m., it's past 7 a.m., right? So all of these things are part of the things we need to understand. Think of consistency like brushing your teeth. I always give that scenario. I always try to paint that picture. It's if you don't brush your teeth today, you don't kill yourself. You show up the next day and try to brush again.
Exactly. Hmm. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That's well broken down. I think the analogy of brushing our teeth, yeah, it makes it very clear to us that if we really want to be as consistent as we want to, it's not about just beating ourselves for the things we don't show up, but making sure that when we do, we show up as regularly as possible at that certain time, and we are participants. So thank you so much, sir. Two other people have questions, but two
Okay, so
questions
so
are
so,
from one
so
person.
oh, okay, so sorry. I actually have
Okay,
something else scheduled for. Yeah, so I'm just going to take one question, and then hopefully maybe I'll be able to reply on a much more general note. Let's
okay,
try from
okay,
there.
sure. All right, sir. So the question is going to be the first question. So that's from Sharon John. She's asking that our target audience are brand and corporate organization. So she tries to put her content in a professional term, but it comes with low engagement. Should she tune that down and come with a woman to woman perspective?
Okay, good question, right? So I think I've sort of answered this kind of question for a particular friend before. She works in the professional space as well, right? And so she needed to use all those heavy words. No, that's fine. Why? Because that's your
Mm,
target audience. So if your target audience are lawyers and they need they speak in that language, of course you want to speak in that language, right? Because
exactly.
yeah, you're not trying to speak to everybody. You're not trying to say, oh, you're a lawyer. You're creating for people that have use heavy terms or particular terms to describe how they speak. Of course, you can maintain that, but you can still be human. And how do you be? How do you do that? You communicate by your switching up your communication from just trying to speak only about the things that revolve around your professional tone, and then letting people know that you also experience other things. And so that's why I like that storytelling is one of the ways you can do that. Tell stories about how you know that particular thing has been as you've experienced that particular thing, or someone has. It could be true, it could be fictional, it could be something that you heard that someone experienced, and all those ways of just speaking or communicating with storytelling helps people to then see you as a human and probably even relate, find your content more relatable. So you mustn't be that you must break it down to the simplest terms. If you can, fine and good. But if that your target audience requires a certain level of professional tone, yes, by all means, we can maintain that.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you very much, Sauche. The other questions, we are going to we are going to try to find a way to reach out to share that with you. So
All right,
thanks
sure.
so much. Sauche. It's been awesome having you here. Thank you for all you shared with us today, and wish you a very very awesome week ahead. Happy Easter. Enjoy your day, enjoy your month, and we are very sure that as this growth continues, as we keep going on, we are going to come with our testimonies. We are going to come with how impactful this has been for us. So thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you, I believe so. By the way, love what you're doing, Prosperity. Wish you all the best as
Thank
well.
thank you so much, sir. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for joining. I hope you've gotten all this great stuff, this interesting stuff we've gotten today. It's been very exposing. From the first point of creating relevant content to creating interesting content, creating timely content, that must be very, very emphasized. To creating entertaining and engaging content, to creating findable content, going to where your audience is, and also creating readable content. So don't just come up with a piece to don't come up with stuff that is very, very difficult to read or find. But put it in a very, very appealing way that we can get value out of it from a glance. Remember, the human attention span is so short. I won't read your content if it's plain, I tell you. So people just came through content. That's just the truth. I do that myself. So you do it yourself too. So we just came through content. But if you really want people to find value, structure it in a way that will make a lot of sense. Also give a call to action. So Mr. Oche has gotten this part of creating readable content. He uses carousels. So yeah, lest I forget, follow Mr. Oche. Go to LinkedIn, whatever platform Mr. Oche Writes is there on any of these platforms. Engage with him there, send him a message. Do as much as possible. I'm very sure you learn a lot. He has had creating readable content. He has had storytelling and creating readable content. So his content is in a very fun format that you can scroll through it from beginning to the end without knowing, because it's so fun and easy to go through. And finally, give a call to action. Remember, content marketing is not complete without a profitable action. Is that they should like your post, is that they should follow you, is that they should share your content. But my own advice most time is to focus on the share. Not the likes, not the comment, but focus on the share. If you are creating shareable content, it means you have created valuable content. So, guys, I'm sure this has been so exciting and so exposing. I have my books full. Don't let it be like I'm joking. I have my books full. I've been writing ever since, and it's been so valuable. Now, it's not just about the head knowledge, like I always say. It's about you putting it to practice and making sure this is very, very valuable for you. So, we'll be meeting here next week. We have three amazing guests. We have Fortune Namdi, we have Bilonia Desmond, and we have Festus Ogunebu. Next week, we'll be talking about advertising and conversion. It's a very, very big and complex topic, and I'm so sure you give me a whole lot of value. So tell your friend to tell a friend, your friend, and friend that we are going to be here on Genius Timeout next week. And please do not miss out. It's going to be by Wednesday, 7 p.m. Or if I put my ear on the ground and I get feedback, we are going to decide whatever date it will be. But the flyer will be out by tomorrow, and I would like you to share. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Remember, our content is not useful, it is not profitable. So like this, share it. If you're on this live session, like it, share it, tell your friends about it, put this on your status, copy the link of this live session, put it on your status, tell people how much you've gained. The replay is live right now, and anybody can gain from it. So put it out there. Don't be wicked. You are a genius. Geniuses are not wicked. So yeah, if you're a RUMONEY, if you're on the RUMONEY training, we are going to the certification phase from next week. I'll be sharing the link with you by tomorrow, and you'll be hearing from me one way or the other. So guys, keep being genius, give your attention to stuff, keep growing, implement. Put all of this to practice. You have a personal brand yourself, one way or the other. You're on social media, putting stuff out, skill marketing, okay? So start building relevance so that when you are about to access these opportunities, you have stuff that's standing in front of you. You have social proof to show, and you've created relevant stuff, created helpful stuff, entertaining stuff that is very, very, very going to be very helpful to you. I tell you, so much opportunities you can attain and do as long as you maximize content marketing. So, guys, you're amazing, and I love you all so much. Enjoy the rest of the day, and a please, sir. Cheers.